Bryce, second day of Sun and Fun. It's supposed to be 88 degrees. We're ready for it. It's Florida. We're just pumping up. And then we see the natural air conditioning.
That's right.
I mean, airplanes are cool, but man, there are airplanes that are just meant to be toys and be played with them just like that. And this thing really got our attention. Tell us all about the Top Rudder project.
Yep, so Top Rudder is an aircraft company that I acquired about 2 months ago, and the original owner designer of this airplane was Troy Woodland, who most folks know from Just Aircraft. Troy built this airplane around 7-8 years ago. I've been friends with him for over 20 years and said, hey, when are we going to get this to production? When can I buy one? Finally, after many years have gone by, I said, Troy, we have to get this into production. Too many people want to go fly it and own one. And so made him an offer and we agreed on terms. And so that was about 2 months ago.
How will it be available?
Well, you can actually go online and you can put down a deposit and we'll secure a serial number for you. We're quoting a 32-week lead time. The price for this one, as you see, is $40,000 and it's a 10% down deposit. There are a lot of additional options you can add to it, but essentially it'll be a 51% rule, experimental category. So in the final week, you'll come to the shop and you will work on it with us and we'll get you qualified for that 51%. It's going to be an experimental airplane with a 1,000-pound useful load. It's a very robustly built airplane. It has chromoly fuselage. This is the prototype, serial number 1. The one that we are offering is slightly modified in that we're going with an all-aluminum wing. We're going to have a full carbon tail. We're doing carbon fiber jury struts and also an option for a carbon fiber flaperon. So a lot of more modern, updated changes are happening to improve the strength, the weight, and also the safety overall. It's my opinion that slats save lives, so we want to equip every airplane with slats so that we don't have that typical departure stall spin scenario, especially for our newer pilots. We will be offering this as a solo, which is Part 103 compliant, where we can keep the weight under the 254 pounds. Right now we're only taking deposits on the Ruckus. This seems to be the one that everybody wants with the big motors and the tires and the brakes and all that fun stuff. But this one comes standard with the Polini 303 Thor motor. We are looking at other 4-stroke options for this model, which we're really excited about. But with that being said, I am most excited about putting an electric motor system on mine. And we have been testing on test stands various motor, battery, prop combinations. And so personally, I believe that's going to be the future. I know a lot of folks are a little bit hesitant to talk about electric motors, but when you see how much thrust that you can have, you can see that you can actually swap out the battery packs and keep flying. We can add a supplementary battery pack to get you to almost an hour duration flight. There's no TBO, there's no fuel, there's no messy 2-stroke situations you often find yourselves in, and so we're really, really excited about that.
Interesting. What drew you to this?
Essentially, I've been flying the Carbon Cub and the Super STOL and some other airplanes out there, and I just really, really love the STOL experience. This is actually the first time I've ever flown outside of the airplane, and so the first flight was a bit terrifying, but once you get used to being outside and all the air blowing over your face, it's an amazing experience, and I think that more folks would enjoy it than they realize if they just go try it. And so this plane is so easy to fly that once you realize it does what you tell it to do, and you've got the integrated safety with the slats and all that, I think that folks are going to really have a good time with this airplane. We also have floats for it, for the guys that want to.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, so this is, after all, like you said earlier, it's a big toy, and so I think floats are going to be a fun part of that experience.
Why take the risk of guessing the height on takeoff and landing when SkyVoice Alert 500 gives you audible callouts from 1 foot to 500 feet up and down? SkyVoice Alert 500 is the only FAA-approved takeoff and landing height announcer, and it also gives you reminders and warnings on gear, flaps, and more. Quick and easy install, Bluetooth or wired. Get yours today at holymicro.com and receive a $300 discount at Sun and Fun, booth D54.